Yes.
They murdered
We'll
Iron
see.
Will. Fuck yeah, they did. I'm pumped on. I just read it now.
You're gonna play the game and try it out, and you're gonna play more.
I will. I will
Winning.
definitely give it a shot. Dead Hard.
That's
This is
fair.
okay. This one I think I read. Yeah, I read this one.
Dirt hurt.
Dead Hard, by far the most used perk by survivors. Of course it is. Easy to see why. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. There are two main ways Dead Hard is used. To dodge a hit, that's like barely. And for distance, which is yes. In the latter case, there's not much a killer can do. You're fucking correct there, isn't? They just dead hard to a loop, and then so they either just escape then or waste 5 more of your minutes. Therefore, dead hard will now provide the endurance effect for 1 second when activated. If you time it right, you'll prevent the hit and gain a movement speed boost. So there's a lot to unpack there. There's a huge amount to unpack. It's a 1 second. That's not a lot. So it's very easy to play around as a killer. You just walk up to them and assume that they hit. Is there an animation for it? I doubt it.
Amount of time, right? Like that's the like currently the iframe from the dash is about 1 second, maybe less.
Yeah. But but you're gonna be able to bait it out. Just so like dead harding a hit is not very good because most killers are just gonna wait it out when they get to you anyway, right? You're gonna still do the exact same thing here. I'm gonna walk up to somebody.
So I assume it'll do that here.
Well, only when you get hit. So
you're right.
So you're still gonna wait it out. I'm gonna walk up to somebody when I get close to them and just wait a couple seconds and then hit them and hope that I missed their dead hard. But best case scenario for them now is that they get the hit, but they still have to go mend, so it's still slowdown that I'm getting. It's a giant nerf. I think, did they remove dead hard from the game with this?
Maybe. I'm certainly not using it. Fuck that. I'm not going to deal with that timing.
I think it's bad, right? I think it's just bad now. The only time I can see it maybe being good now is in that situation we were talking about earlier, where if you need to be the person who's unhooking someone who's getting face camped, you can use it to take that hit.
Yeah, exactly.
But they can also, it's just 1 second though. So they can just wait it out. Now, I mean, if you time it exactly right and you do it exactly right, but do I want to use my 1 exhaustion perk as just something that helps me save somebody off of a hook that keeps me alive from saving somebody? I don't know. Not really. I think I'd rather go with Lithe or Sprint Burst or maybe even
Balance
Overcome.
Landing.
Not Balance Landing. That one's still worse. That one's still worse.
Oh, shit.
But that's a huge dead hard nerf. Good. Fuck it. Get it out of here. I will be so happy to not use dead hard.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting change. I like it. I like that change. D-Strike. They've nerfed this shit into the ground. What more could they do to it? For the most part, we find the perk to be healthy for the game, sure, and easily avoidable for killers who choose not to tunnel and unhook survivor. Okay. That said, at the end of the match, there's often nothing a killer can do to prevent a survivor with D-Strike from escaping. Moving forward, Decisive Strike will now deactivate once the exit gates are powered. That's fucking beautiful. In addition, the stun duration has been reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Nice. We'll also be simplifying the description of the perk. D-Strike will now be canceled by conspicuous actions. Well, that's awesome. Because most of the time, I get into a situation where I unhook, if someone gets unhooked at the end and I down them and the doors open, it's like, well, I know,
They're going to crawl, yeah.
I have to let them crawl out or I have to let them D-Strike me. Like, you can take the guess and pick them up, but most of the time they have D-Strike in that situation where they need it. Now they just don't. That's awesome. Fuck D-Strike. I think that may have, and who gives a shit if you get D-Striked in the middle of the game? I don't give a fuck.
It still works in the middle of the game like before.
Yeah,
right?
Sure, great, awesome. I don't give a fuck though. It doesn't really lose me the kill for sure if I get D-Striked in the middle of the game. But in those in-game situations where the door is open and the person gets unhooked and I down them, it loses me that kill when they have it, just guaranteed. And so now it not doing that is giant. I love that. I'm actually a little upset about D-Strike considering a solo can't rely on teammates taking hits. Well, again, it's only at the end though. I think that's fair because it is a little unfair to like just have a perk in a certain situation like that guarantees you escape. it gives you a chance of escaping still, but it doesn't guarantee your escape. And I don't think anything should guarantee an escape like that. Especially like because the killer shouldn't be punished for having hooked you in the first place and then gotten you down again at the end of the game. It's a huge punishment for them to just get a free escape because they have that perk. So I think that's a great change.
Now everyone has a little bit of BT base kits, so like when you get unhooked, you have a little more opportunity to get away.
Exactly, you can get away, go hide somewhere, loop a little bit. Like survivors are going to have to, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, survivors are going to have to get a little bit better. Survivors are going to have to learn to run to structures correctly and not just rely on this shit now just to escape, which I think is great. Much like D-Strike, this perk gets much of its popularity by granting counterplay against the camping killer. Considering a lighter version of Borrowed Time's effect has been added to the Survivor's base kit, we need to update the perk. Borrowed Time will now extend the duration of the endurance effect and the speed bonus. These effects can be canceled, okay, if unhooked survivor, blah, blah, blah. While the overall duration of Borrowed Time is longer than before, we're expecting having a lighter version of the base kit will cause the usage rates to drop. Yeah, why would anyone bring BT now? You wouldn't. Like, most of the time you're going to get hit within the first 5 seconds of being unhooked, most likely anyway. If it takes longer than that, you're probably to something safe. So BT not really going to be used, which is good for survivors because that frees up that spot. So I think that they pretty much have just removed BT from the game, which I think is what they should do there since they're adding it base kit. No one's going to run BT. I think it's just said maybe like one person on the team.
Maybe one person on your team, but like even then, it's only if you don't have something better to go in that spot.
I want to try fiddling around with us doing that. Like have like one like for the first couple matches, like see if it makes sense to have someone who has it.
Yeah.
Also, because like you can bait a little bit with it where
they're like waiting out the 5 seconds and don't expect the BT.
If the killer commits to someone to tunnel them off the hook, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna count to 5," and then it's like, "Nah, get fucked, bitch."
Yeah, I mean, it can be okay there. That's true.
The only issue, I just come back to what we talked about earlier, in which the person who's got the BT trying to unhook you is in a vulnerable state.
Yes.
They murdered Iron Will. Fuck yeah, they did. I'm pumped on. I just read it now. Yeah, again, this puts the person unhooking in way more of a precarious spot than the person that is unhooked. You're just like, well, okay, what they should have done with Borrowed Time, as I was saying before, fuck this extending the duration shit. Fuck this speed boost shit. Borrowed Time should now just also give you the effects of the 5 seconds. That's what it should do. It gives the unhooking person the effects as well. I think it would it be too strong then? That's what the perk used to do, with it being the full amount of time, with it not even deactivating when you touch something.
Like everything you're saying is true about shifting the danger to the person doing that unhooking, but like that is the whole point, because the play right now is tunnel somebody off a hook to get it down to 3 people, because then it's substantially harder.
I know, but that's not a fun play style for anyone involved.
Right, for sure. It doesn't fundamentally deal with the camping in general.
I'm interested to see it in play.
I want to see it.
Yeah, maybe we are overthinking how dangerous it is for unhookers, but it does.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, it depends. Like this is all. It's also we're only talking about in a face camping situation, which is rare. Which is rare, and it's usually only by killers who you can break their ankles anyway.
Yeah, and now if they're gonna nonstop face camp, it's no longer just 2 hooks until a survivor's out of the game. It's now like 4 hooks, because they have to bounce back and forth between you, and presumably while they're doing that, that's double the time for the other 2 survivors to get so much gen pressure that it's unfeasible. I assume they're banking on that a little bit. Like. Anyway,
I'll be interested to see what the PTB of that. Like,
I would have liked to have seen the BT just give you that effect back though. I think it's a bad perk right now, which is fine. That's great. I'm really happy it's a bad perk. I'm tired of seeing it. Okay, Iron Will.
Did you talk about Iron Will? Okay.
This perk allows skilled players to mind game more effectively in many areas by silently. Yes, Iron Will is fucked up, dude. It's so good.
Blendetting bitch.
Yeah, it's so good. You get juked. You get your ass juked off constantly with Iron Will. To address the high usage rates, we're lowering the grunts of pain, so it's dead. That kills it. It's dead. Additionally, Iron Will is no longer active when exhausted. The perk it's gone. It's out of here. Goodbye. Iron Will is out of the game. RIP. It's dead. Self-care, the meta god perk. Yeah, true. Iron Will is dead. It's garbage.
The self-care nerf is so hilarious.
Iron Will is dead.
I'm so mad. You've not read this yet, but I am so
okay.
Just go.
Though self-care has a divisive reputation among the community, we're surprised to find that its usage peaks in the highest skill matches. Having a consistent and reliable way to heal is a powerful tool. You do. It's called boons. Powerful tool in the right hands. On top of that, self-care increases the efficiency of med kits. Okay, to reduce its strength, self-care's heal speed has been lowered, and the item efficiency bonus has been removed entirely. Okay.
The heal speed has been lowered.
Yeah. So, okay, again, so Jessica talked about this earlier, and she's right. Because, like, here's the thing. The self-caring Claudette in the corner on your team is now just going to be in the corner longer.
They're still going to run it.
She's still going to run the damn perk because it still says unlocks the ability to heal yourself. So now it's just more of a detriment to your team when the new Claudette is running it because she's hiding in the corner longer. I don't know what the heal speeds were. I can look at it right now. What are the heal speeds now? How much did it get nerfed? What is it now? Self-care. Self-care is 50% and the efficiency of healing items is 20%. So it's down 15%. So now they're sitting in the corner healing 15% longer. It's giving them 15% more chance to miss a skill check. and their med kit that they randomly found in the chest that they were doing while not doing gens is also not faster. So yeah, that's kind of just like their incentive here is to make people not use it, but it's not going to make people not use it. I think the people who are using self-care, they don't give a shit about how fast they're healing. They just care that they can go hide in a corner and heal themselves. They're still going to do that. They're still going to do that. It changes nothing. It just hinders your team now even more.
It's still a bad
now.
perk.
Yeah, exactly. You're assuming they have max level self-care. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 25%. Spine Chill, okay, it excels at alerting. I bet you, yeah, they did what I said that they were going to do on Spine Chill. I like this. Well, not only activated, the killer has a clear line of sight to the survivor, so that's a buff. This will remove the awkward counterplay where the killer must look away to ensure a stealthy approach. I mean, that's a buff and a nerf on both sides, honestly. We'll be adding a short lingering effect. Finally, we'll be removing the vault speed bonus entirely. So this has made Spine Chill go back to being just a completely new player perk. Because the only reason that good players use Spine Chill is for the speed. You run it with resilience and you pop through windows real fast. It's gone. So Spine Chill will now only be seen at very low MMR again, which is where it was to begin with. I believe that that's a thing. So that makes sense. That's what I assumed that they would nerf on it is the vault speed. So is it only the vault speed? Because Spine Chill increases everything. Does it not? It increases all speed.
Let me check.
Okay, while Spine Chill is active,
yeah, it increases
saboing, healing, unhooking, vaulting, cleansing, opening gaze, and unlocking is increased by 6%. So is it only the vault speed that they've taken out?
Yeah. Which actually does make sense because all the other things are like, I'm doing work in the game.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense why you would vault
like
faster.
I'm in a chase.
Yeah.
I don't have a tingle warning me of doom. The killer is up my ass as we speak.
So yeah, I think because Spine Chill was a good loop perk. If you used it with Spine Chill Resil, it was a good loop perk. But now that it isn't, it's done. It's over. It'll be used in low ranks, which is fine.